obtuse triangle. On the quiz, you have to find the area of the obtuse triangle, and some people made it way harder than it had to be. So all you need to do is find the base and the height. So the base of the obtuse triangle is just 5. And the height is just from this top point straight down. You didn't have to do Pythagorean theorem because you're not using the slanted height. So the height is just 4. Okay, so that was it. You did that correctly on the quiz. You just found the height straight down and you were good. So the formula is 1/2 base times height. So it's just 1/2 times 5 times 4. Okay, so half of 20 is 10. So the area is 10 units squared. Okay, and then the second one, now you have to find the perimeter. So this is when you do the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so the base we already have. So this side of the triangle is 5. I don't really have to do anything else with that. Okay, so let's find this side over here. So it's 2 squared plus 4 squared, and then take the square root. So whenever you have the red side, just say it.
4.5.
Okay, 4.5. So I'm just going to write it on my picture. Okay, now I want to find the longer side. So the triangle is 4, 5, 7. So 4 squared plus 7 squared. And then take the square root. Okay, so when you find like the magenta side, what is that? Yeah, 8.06, so I could say 8.1. Okay, so now the perimeter, I'm going to add all those numbers together. So 5 plus 4.5 plus 8.1. So what do you get for the perimeter?
17.6.
Thank you, 17.6. Okay, so like the next worksheets that we do are just going to be a combination of area and perimeter, so you'll have to know how to work back and forth between the two. And then we're going to include something called population density. This was on the end of year course exam last year. It's really easy if you see it one time. So this is kind of like the shape that was on your quiz where you had 3 figures. You found the area of all 3 and you added them together. So the city of Diedrichsville is modeled by the shape below. So it's the union of a rectangle, a trapezoid, and a triangle. So we want to find the area of the city or the town. And then each square has an area of 1 square mile. So that just means your label is square miles. And then each one of these points represents 100 people. So how many people live in Diedrichsville?
500.
500 people. So then you want to find the population density of Diedrichsville in people per square mile. So all you're going to do is you're going to take the people that live in Diedrichsville and divide by the square miles. So we have to figure out the area now to figure out how many square miles the town is. Okay, so let's start with the rectangle. On the quiz, some people wrote out the word like rectangle, trapezoid, triangle, and some people drew it. So if you want to just draw the shape. So the area of the rectangle is 2 times 3. So that had an area of 6. Then you want to find the area of the trapezoid. So the top base is 3, the bottom base is 5. So who remembers the formula for trapezoid? What numbers would I plug in?
1/2, 3 plus 5. And then out of the parentheses 2.
Perfect. That 2 looks really bad. Okay, so half of 8 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. Alright, and the last one is the triangle. So 1/2 base times height. So what's the base of the blue triangle? So it's upside down. So the base is still 5. And then what would you have as the height? So the height is 2. So half of 10 is just 5. Alright, so my area is 6 plus 8 plus 5, that's 19. So it's 19 square miles, and there's 500 people who live there. So then you just divide 500 divided by 19 to figure out like how many people live per square mile.
It would be 26 people.
Yeah, 26 people per square mile. So tomorrow we'll find like the population density of different cities. So Strongsville, Avon Lake. I'll just pick some cities. And then like New York. New York is going to be the densest city. And then do you know what is like one of the least dense cities? Or what state? What's that? Oh, Cleveland's like heavily populated.
Wyoming.
The Dakotas. Right, because it might be like 1 person per square mile because people just own a lot of land.
I totally forgot
Right,
about
because they have like the
Dakota.
plains and horses and cows and whatnot. But like New York, so many people live in apartments, they don't have houses like us. So they probably have like thousands of people per square mile.
That's like a lot of people. Yeah. Like a lot of people. Dude, that's like a
I
lot.
feel like in Cleveland they don't have huge yards, so it's going to be a little bit more dense.
I want to find this out. Population of New York City.
In 2016, the population of New York City was 8,537,673.
How many people per square mile in New York City?
The population density of New York City, New York is about 28,491 people per square mile.
Now do it for Strongsville. Just say what's the population density of Strongsville, Ohio?
Population density of Strongsville, Ohio.
The population density of Strongsville, Ohio is about 1,817 people per square mile.
So 1,000 versus 28,000.
In New York, packets of meat.
New York's more populated.
28,000 times more populated.
I feel like New York's more like the number one destination of the world.
Alright, so number 4, I have the interior of a high school track. It's a rectangle and 2 semicircles. Okay, so we've kind of done something like this before. You can cut it up into the rectangle and 2 semicircles. The straightaway is 84.4. Okay, so it's 84.4 on both sides. And then you have like the rounded part. So that's your 2 semicircles. Now you have 2 pictures because the first time we want to find the length and the second time we want to find the area. So if you were running around the track and you wanted to figure out like how far you ran, you would be finding the length. So the circumference and the perimeter. But if you wanted to like paint the inside, you would be finding the area. Or like putting turf on the inside. Okay, so let's start with the perimeter. So this is the hard part. finding this rounded part of the track. Okay, would you agree if I have two semicircles, I could just count it as one circle?
Yeah.
Oh, she went to Stan Thompson's. Okay, so if the diameter is 74, who remembers how to find circumference of a circle? Pi times diameter. So it's just pi times 74. And normally you would divide by 2, but there's no point because you would divide by 2 but then multiply by 2 because there's two semicircles. All right, so what is pi times 74?
234.5.
232.5?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the rounded parts, and then the straightaway would just be the 84.4 plus 84.4, so 2 times 84.4. So what's the straightaway? 168.8.
69 point. Wait. Yeah, 168.8. You're right.
So now I just add the two together. So I'm going to say length. Or what did you say?
401.3.
401.
You did advanced now on your 401 thing.
Alright, I'm going to erase this so then when I do the other side, I have more room. So does anyone need that longer? Okay, so this time I want to find the area of the rectangle. So, alright, area of rectangle is 84.4 times 74, so just base times height. So what do you get? That number's huge. We have 6,245.6.
Yeah, 6,200.
Okay, so if I want to find the area of the two semicircles, what is the radius?
That's
37. So remember, if the diameter is 74, that means the radius is 37. So I'm going to use the formula pi r squared. Now, instead of doing pi r squared divided by 2, if I have two semicircles together, they make a full circle, so I don't have to divide by 2. So I'm going to take pi times 37 squared. Okay, so I'm getting 4,300.8.
Yep.
And then just add the two together for the total area. So I'm getting 10,546.4. Yeah. So I'm just writing total. And then meters squared. Now number 5, we haven't specifically done anything like number 5, but you know how to do it, so let's get creative. If I have a regular hexagon, so regular just means all the sides are congruent, they're all 3. What shape should I cut the hexagon into to find the area? Did you say, oh, well, you're saying something. Did you say triangle?
Yeah, can't you do like, you can do triangles or you can do triangles.
Okay. Actually, you could only do triangles because, for the moment, if I did a trapezoid, Do you know what that base